Alright everyone, Supreme Kami over here, and today I'm going to be testing out the EX Skill Pressure over here. So this is going to be one of the most, you can say, most devastating EX skill, because look at all these effects that it's going to come with, right? You have the first line over here, stop enemy cooldown recovery of all enemy. Are you kidding me? So this one literally stops anything. So let's say for example you have a 100% cooldown reduction build. So in normal basis you will be able to recover maybe within like a second or two. So once your enemy actually activate pressure, for example, your 100% cooldown becomes 0% cooldown because you cannot do anything. So let's say you have these types of pressure, right? You have something that does along the line. Let me see if I can find something. All right, so let's say the Destiny hidden version, it says something, when one enemy shot down, reduce cooldown by 44% once. So this one right here will not get triggered at all. So even if you are able to round up to 100% at once over here, you'll be stuck. So you cannot really activate that EX skill until that 15 seconds elapsed from this EX skill here. So the effective time of the pressure is going to be 15 seconds, and during that 15 seconds you cannot really do anything. So let's say you use some magazine type EX skill. In terms of magazine, let's say you have 8 rounds, for example, and you use 1 round, right? If you use it right when your enemy activate pressure, you will literally have super cooldown on that one as well, and you can't really use the magazine EX skill as well. So that's why this is going to be a very powerful EX skill to counter your enemy in terms of, let's say, in arena, because I'm pretty sure most people like me myself, I use the Soul Shroud arms that has a magazine type. So if my enemy has one of these right here, I will literally cry because I can't do anything anymore. So gonna be doing 2 testing for you guys over here. I am going to be showing you guys how this actually works in battle. So I'll actually be playing as the enemy versus against this guy over here that has some pressure, and then you guys will see how pointless, or no, how useless we can be as the enemy, because we can't do anything. We're just stuck within that 15-second time frame, and you know that's gonna be bad. So after that, I will be rolling in with trying out this one over here. So what I have done, I have this build right here, and then this attack attribute one over here. So these two are going to be different. So this build specifically is going to be like a all offensive out. So I don't have any, let's say, portrait that says, you know, oh, reduce enemy melee power by this amount percentage. So this one is purely going to be all power boosting. So I don't have none of that in this one. And I have this one over here. So this is, you can say, just a generally all power reduction trait right here. So I should have roughly about 100% melee power down, as well as I think melee and EX will combine. So I want to compare the two and see how much this would take in right here. So I want to see how much this is going to affect. So if I'm going to apply 50% more on this one over here, will I be unstoppable, for example? And then if I apply the same thing, will I be able to survive without any, let's say, enemy reduction trait at all? So in terms of the custom ability, obviously this one does not have any, I don't have this set right here. So I don't have this one set, so I think I should be fine. So this one I don't have any like enemy all power reduced by X amount percentage over here, so I think that should be good. And then I also have, in terms of my tank build over here, this one I do have it because I want to maximize it in terms of how many you know, enemy power down I can get. So those are going to be like the 3 testing I will provide in this video over here, and hopefully whenever you guys can pick up this EX skill, you guys can do something like that in terms of fan battle, or you know, in terms of like this arena, for example, to just control your enemy. So without any further ado, let me hop into my you know, just a self-made custom mission, and then we'll test things out. Alright, so we are at my mission creation page over here. So in terms of the mode over here, I literally set everything to 0% over here, because during the first half of the testing, I don't really want to do any damage testing for the second. So I just purely want to test out the stop enemy cooldown, so you guys can see how powerful the pressure EX can be. In terms of the enemy setup over here, so I have the Qubeley obviously right there, and then I also have 2 blank enemy. So that is to trigger the when 2 enemies shot down, to kind of trigger those reduced by 39% as well as a 43%. So that's going to be that. In terms of what I'm going to be using, is going to be this suit over here. So this is going to be like a little bit of a mix of, let's say, 40% reduced cooldown, and then I have another 43, and then another 39. So all in all, I should be getting roughly about 100%. And then I do also have, you know, 4 additional, just a generalized EX skill cooldown reduced by 20%. So 40, 60, and then 80. So I think I can safely test out both of them at the same time. So in terms of the first one, the first condition is actually after 10 seconds elapsed. So hopefully my enemy can actually use the pressure within the first 10 seconds, and then I can actually try things out. So let me hop in now and see how devastating the EX skill can be. Alright, we are here now. So I'm gonna try things out right now. So since right now I do have a 80% cooldown reduction right here, so let me hit Qubeley with this right here so you guys can see it is still reloading. This one is still reloading, pretty fine so far. And then after my enemy will do this right, so I am gonna activate this first, and then this, look at that, they stop. They're not doing anything. So let me do hit them right there, so 39% right there, and then right now should be a 80%. So you guys can see that they're still not moving, so kinda dumb. Oh, activate again? What? Alright, so I'm gonna show off another thing. So let's say I knock down my enemy, and then like would it actually cancel out my buff? We'll actually try things out after it reactivate once more time. So I'll actually be using the bicep, so it reloads right there, totally fine. So after that 15 seconds elapsed, you're just completely free to do whatever you need afterwards, so that's cool. But during that duration, you're not. So I think I actually hit already. So it knocks down, right? Even if you knock down, it does not mean like your enemy is gonna be free to move again, right? But in terms of a debuff, they will still stay there for the next few seconds until the 15 seconds is done. So, oh, alright. So that's gonna be another thing you guys need to kind of focus on, because I knocked down my enemy, right? So which means they were able to recover as well, because I did send my enemy to have a 100% cooldown as well. So given that situation, the best thing you don't want to do is actually knock out your enemy, because if you do, they can literally recover right away and then use it kind of like a repeating again. So that is not going to be good if you talk about using it in arena specifically. So yeah, don't try that at home. So I'm gonna knock it out right now, and then it should be able to recharge even right before this expires. So that's not gonna be good. That is not. Okay, gonna activate again right soon, I think. All right, so look at that, I can't even recharge my bicep there. That's sad. So that's gonna be pretty much it. So I think you guys should be pretty aware of what it actually does now. So both your EX skill cooldown as well as your reduced cooldown, they are gonna be non-effective. They're just not going to be able to beat this one over here. But there's actually 2 EX skill that we have gotten. One we actually gotten 2 to 3 weeks ago. That is going to be your Ashma arm, because that EX skill actually comes with a debuff erase. So let me actually show you guys that one, and it will literally cancel out the debuff within the seconds after it reactivates. So let me hop on now and then show you guys that. Okay, so we talking about you want to counter the pressure EX skill. What can you use? We actually do have 2 EX skill currently. One is going to be the GN Feather, and then the other one is going to be the Nano Lamray Gamma. What is it? The Gamma Nano Lamray sword right there. So look at them. Erase debuff effects on your gun pellet. Like, they actually planned this out like a long time ago. Not this one, but this one. They actually had this in plan for like a long time ago, and this is gonna be really effective now. So this one recently came out 3 weeks ago, and I was like, why would they really send it like that? Like, it's not like any of the debuff actually works in us, but you know what? They had a plan in mind. So this is gonna be like your counterintuitive to that EX skill, the pressure. So let me actually use it and see how it is. I did actually use it myself. So yeah, let me actually test it out now. So I think the enemy should still be in that freeze mode, for example, but you should be able to deal damage to them afterward, because all your EX skills should come live right after that. So I actually went back ahead and built 100% cooldown right now. So this is going to be a very effective way to see how it actually works after erasing my debuff. So let me hop in now and see how it works. Alright, in terms of the GN Feather, that is actually a welfare suit we got like a long time ago, and that is gonna be from your old Gundam. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure if you guys like missed it during the event week, you guys will definitely have to wait for the revive period. So gonna wait a little bit. So once I activate that, I will activate this one right here, and it should cancel out the debuff right away, right? Yeah, look at that. All but debuff are gone, and look at that. The feather, the GN feather came back already. So I'm gonna activate this right now, and it's not gonna do any damage, obviously, but it should. Is it gonna hit my enemy? Oh, it does hit. All right, that's good. So I'm gonna wait for Qubeley to activate the pressure again, and then I will use the nano sword right there. All right, please activate. Let me take down those grunts. They're a little bit annoying. Alright, so you guys see the deeper right there, and then let me activate this right now. Let me take those out. I don't want to see those in my toolbar right there. Yeah, this is kind of, yeah, there you go. Yep, cancel out right there. Nice. But I feel like the GN Feather is probably going to be the faster of the two, just because you are going to be in like an EX animation, and that does take a while actually. So let me see how much effective time that is before the enemy. I mean, the enemy is going to be knocked out. That's why. Right? Yeah, that's why. So yep, your debuffs are gone and you're free to do your EX skill. So these are probably gonna be the two most effective ones to counter it, but I'm not sure how effective it can be, let's say in arena specifically. Maybe the Gene Feather, I think that one should be good because that one is also gonna be providing some attacking buff to your squad, I believe. So I think that one should be the most powerful one to use, I would have to say. So no, it does not. Actually, it does not. Wow. No, I think it activates something else. Let me check. So it does not provide any shot attack, really? Okay, let me check that real quick. Okay, so the feather dive or the GN feather over here actually recovers the 38% armors, and then the second 30 effect is only going to be 29% melee and shot defense up. So this is purely going to be like a defensive and then health recovery, so not any attack buff. So I mean, it's still pretty good, I guess. So in terms of the next testing that we are going to be doing is actually going to be doing some damage testing, because I want to see how effective the second 3 effect is, because I want to test out, not this one, I want to test out how effective that 50% is on a cooldown, or let's say on a tank build like this I have right here, and then how effective it can be on like a normal build. So in terms of the unit that I'm going to be used to testing out is actually going to be my P attribute melee unit over here. So the EX skill that I will only be using is only going to be the bicep, because the bicep will give me like a 1-strike attack, so that will allow me to kind of do like the damage comparison a lot more easier. So I'll actually going to be doing like a side-by-side comparison. So I'll have this one compared to this one. So first wave, I'll have them just take the damage raw, like no activating the pressure whatsoever, and then after that, the second try, I'll have to both activate and see how it is. So let me actually roll in the footage, and then you guys will see how it is. Alright, so that being said, those are going to be two separate testing in terms of the damage mitigation. So even with 50%, you're not going to tank a custom EX skill by any chance, because in terms of this P attribute melee build, it's quite the bonker, because like we have a lot of buff EX skill effects, so there's pretty much no chance to tank it at all. So even with the actual tank build, we were able to mitigate. We were starting out at 7 million, and then we were able to cut that down to 4.2 million-ish. So that was quite impressive, but not to the point where I was expecting or I was able to tank it by any chance of means. But I think that really comes down to me not being able to max out the torso right there. So I'm actually already using the Qubeley the big scale already. So this one is like an all power reduction right there. So this is able to go up to like a 35%. So we should be able to gain another 15%, which I don't have currently. So that may or may not actually bring us down by a lot. Another one that I have not maxed out is actually going to be the build project Judo Ashtar right there. This one does max out 30%, but obviously I don't have it there yet. So I think with these max out, potentially we could be looking at like a lower number, but I still feel like just with how many power boosting parts we've been having lately, I just feel like any, let's say, damage mitigation trait or what kind of gimmicks that we have, I don't think it's going to be that effective overall. So but you know what, that is going to be the testing for the Qubeley EX Skill Pressure. It's actually quite good, you know, given the situation that this one has. I feel like, you know, just having that first one already makes this like a really powerful and like a really unique, you know, EX skill to have. Definitely, I think over the course of the next 2 weeks, even months, I do expect, you know, a lot more of the same gimmicks of this kind of EX skill to be releasing, because they can literally make this for like, you know, like the double series unit, like the one piloted by Thierry Arde, like his unit, not like Gundam, as well as the Seraphim 2, or I think it's just Seraphim, right? They have a system called Trial System. They can literally give something like that and just potentially cut any power. For example, they can just make it literally the same thing, but maybe for like a shot variant, for example. So those are definitely something we can expect in the near future with just any EX skill or like any move in the Gundam universe that does something in this nature there. So with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it with this testing right here, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one.